Hi everyone, welcome to our latest PeopleHR webinar. My name is Ross and I'm a Customer Success Manager here at the Access Group. Today we're going to be looking at managing HR information on the go by using the PeopleHR Mobile app. More specifically, this will be for admin users in the system, but we will have a webinar coming which covers this from the employees and managers side of the mobile app. Before we get started, I just want to go over a few things. Firstly, can everybody hear me clearly? If you can't, then please check your audio settings. However, this webinar is being recorded, so if you do miss anything, don't worry. A copy of the webinar will be sent over to you via the email shortly after. We do have an FAQ guide with some questions and answers we believe you will find helpful. This can be downloaded on the left-hand side of your screen now under Handouts. The length of this webinar will be around 30 minutes. We'll jump straight into the demonstration now, which is going to cover how to log into the mobile app, set up the biometrics such as Face ID, how to add, delete holiday, other events and sickness within the planner, how to add an expense, how to add assignments, viewing ripples, viewing/adding logbooks, setting up/completing pull surveys, and then you'll hear from me at the end to do a little wrap up. So it's on to the product demonstration now, which will be conducted by Callum, who is a trainer at the Access Group for PeopleHR. Over to you, Callum.
Hello and welcome to today's webinar. Today we'll be covering the PeopleHR mobile app. As you can see it here on my desktop. If you go to iOS or Android, it's on both stores. Type in PeopleHR in the search bar and you should find the relevant app. It does have an orange logo for the most part. It uses the PeopleHR logo, so just look out for that. When you do come to log in, please enter your email address that you do have entered on your desktop version. It will match it to your desktop and know who you are. If you do have Access Identity set up, then you will be prompted for your password. Same password you use to log in to your desktop. If you do not have Access Identity, you will be emailed a verification code to use. And then once you enter that verification code, you'll be promptly logged in. Let's make sure I get my password correct. Perfect. When you do log in first time, your app will recognize your mobile device and try sync your security settings to your device settings. So if you do have any biometric options such as Face ID or fingerprints, then you will be prompted on this screen here. You do not have to use them, you can skip them as seen here, but personally I do prefer it saves me some time, and I will enable permission. Thank you very much. I want notifications because I do want to be notified of anything that does come up from my app, any requests or any push notifications. So first thing you see when we're on the app is sort of the home screen, and one of the first things to cover is my profile itself. So before we look at the home screen, if you go all the way to your bottom right, you'll see the burger menu, the 3 lines, and you can go into view your own profile and see everything, control everything, set up your own personal details, contact information, change your address, your phone number, etc., etc. You can stay up to date on all your personal information or your personal items within your mobile app. Back into that menu, you also have the ability to log out at any point. By closing the app, you will be prompted to log back in each time. So logging out doesn't need to be done, but obviously if you have any shared devices or if you are going to be allowing maybe your children on your phone or something, then maybe best to log out just in case they do manage to get back in and fiddle around. The next options here, the settings. So you can go through and control your own settings a little bit. And the first thing I want to show you up here is the notification settings. So currently I've got all mine turned off, but what you can do is you can fully customize your settings and even select a time throughout the day that you want to get notifications. So for example, I don't want to receive notifications outside of working hours. So from 9 to 6, I'm happy to receive my notifications. We can change this accordingly. So let's say 5 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. That is my working time, so let's set that. And save that. Change languages, we can always check in to see what's new, updates on products, so it does link us back to the desktop version a little bit there. And if you do go to ask a question, if it loads for us, you can actually get through to the support side of things as well. So please have a look in your settings, make sure you're aware of that. Another quick one to show you in here whilst I'm in this menu, you can pretty much get into all the areas for yourself and do anything you need to do. But one of the main things you'll see from an admin point of view is the Pulse area. And Pulse is specific to the mobile app, so it won't be seen or done on the desktop at all, but this does give us the ability to ask questions and put our little surveys in order for groups or all employees to answer and give us a bit of a group rating. So I'm just going to set up a quick one here. First, I'm going to use a little test group. So this essentially just is everybody in the company or in my company. And then next step here at the top, choose a type of question. You can put multiple ones of these, but for now I'm just going to do let's do a yes or no. Nice and simple. Let's say, are you attending the company barbecue this Friday? So a nice simple question, a bit of a fun question. And we're just getting a bit of a generic consensus because everybody's invited. And we're going to get a generic consensus of what's going on. And you can add multiple choices. And you can list as many choices as you want, really. But the idea there is that as a user, as the employees, they can then come in and they can complete those questions for us, giving us the results on the back end, easy reporting. It's nice and fluid. They can do it from their own home in their own time, or at the desk on the lunch break. The ability of the mobile app is one of the best abilities of the mobile app is the fact you can do pretty much what you want when you want, on the move, on the go, on the train, on the bus. What we're looking at here, sorry, just to get back on track, what we're looking at here is there's parameters around the Pulse survey. So if you want to just launch it straight away, so essentially we don't have a selected start date, just open it up as soon as possible. I'd always advise setting an end date, so at least it's not open forever. We get an idea on our group. Obviously, we know that we're going to be going to this Friday. So let me just have a quick look, and we'll set Thursday as the final day for the survey. So at least we can get our results Friday morning, see who's coming in that afternoon, and we can go ahead and launch that Pulse survey straight away. Just to confirm, nice little screen there. And so you can see here now with our Pulse survey, I've invited everybody, so 100% of the company is in the audience. Nobody's participated in it yet, so we've got no results, nothing to query on. And this can be set to be anonymous as well. So obviously, as people are putting in their results and their answers, we don't need to know who they are. We just need a general consensus, so people aren't going to be or feel pressured to provide answers because of anonymity. So back to our home screen again now, and just before I scroll down the home screen, there's a couple of quick things to show you. Along the bottom here, we've got the notifications bell. It shows if we've got any notifications ongoing or missed. And we've then also got the chat function, which is the second tab across the bottom. And you'll notice as I click on each of the tabs across the bottom, they do highlight for us so we know where we are. And within this chat function, you can essentially a little bit like Facebook Messenger, but you can turn it off and on within your desktop settings, and it's essentially just a little chat function between employees. Does go off their personal contact details if need be as well, if you do want to exclude using the work emails. But yeah, the chat function's there to provide a little bit more communication between employees. So over to the home screen now. First thing you'll see at the top is this ripple, which is specifically an interactive ripple. And if you ever have seen or done anything with interactive ripples, you'll know that these are essentially steps to complete. The example I've got here is a bit of an onboarding one, but the idea is that as a new user, you can log into your mobile app and complete relevant steps first thing before you get started in the company. So say I'm 2 weeks away from my start date, I can get logged into the app and I can go in and start adding my driving license details. Keep it nice and simple. And confirm. Every time you do an action, you do get a nice little image to show you've completed it. We also then get the green tick and the line through the wording to ensure that we can see what we have and haven't done. This doesn't all need to be done in one go, so you can come backwards. You can go back and forth to it. You can come and go as you please. As you for example, upload a passport, you might have a copy of your passport on your phone straight away. Do I have passport in here? P60 for now. The idea is that you can upload it, you can come back, add your document afterwards. Use a little photo there. Just make sure that's added. Perfect. Just a quick note there, if you do ever see any loading screens, ideally you do not want to close or leave the app at that point. It might not complete the action. Same as any other app. So as you're going through the steps, just going to complete a few more as we go. Quick e-signature there just to sign off. And again, it does come with all the e-signature options, so you can get the date, the IP address, etc., etc. Again, just going to upload a quick profile picture. And the last one there, just a tick box. What it's just saying there is just confirm my contact details. So what we could do there, I've explained it from a desktop point of view, but we could also say go to your burger menu bottom right, just check your contact details on your mobile app or the desktop and just tick to confirm they are correct. Once I've completed all the steps, as below, 5 out of 5 done, submit it. Thank you for completing. And I've done my onboarding. You can see I've got no more active ripples now at the top, just removes it from my screen for me. So the next thing you can see now in the list is the authorizations. So from an employee point of view, you're unlikely to see this unless given extra permissions. But from a manager and admin point of view, this is quite important because, again, you can approve and authorize anything on the go without having to go to your desktop or even check your emails. So have a quick look at holidays here. As admin, I do see a bit of everything. You can see at the top there with the yellow bar, you can also see someone else in the team has a holiday request for these days. Personally, I don't mind. They can both have it off, so I'm going to approve that. Nice and easy, and you can see the number there drop from 20 to 19. So as I do more authorizations, the app will react to us. Just going to go improve a quick timesheet now as well. Same thing again. As we complete it, you'll see the numbers drop. I'm just going to go approve a logbook. Again, thing to emphasize with the logbook, although my information is a little bit irrelevant, you can see all the information that is requested, is submitted with the logbook request. So you can make a decision all within this screen without having to go check the logbook elsewhere. So I'm going to approve that. And you can see more authorization, a little red bubble disappears. And expenses, the last one on here. So again, with the expenses, when it comes to approving, you can see, let me try to get a bit more of a, there we go. An expense with a few different claims in it. You can click into each of the claims, see the pictures, make sure the receipts have been entered correctly. My receipts aren't very much actual receipts, but at least you can get an idea of how the expenses would look from an approval point of view. And at the end of the day here, with expenses, we're not necessarily saying yes or no you're getting paid for this expense. What we're really doing is going through and ensuring that the expense claim is correctly entered. So for example, if I just look at test 3 here, if I look at that receipt, I might look at it and go, that's something really I don't want as my, it's not a clean receipt, it's not visible. And for the most part, all expenses are submitted from the mobile app. So as long as the mobile app or the mobile device you have has a good enough camera, all receipts should be clear enough should be taken with the camera picture, with the camera on your device. As you can see here, these are all just photos that I take in terms of testing. The idea then is that you can go through and check and see all the information that they provided for each claim, and then going through you can then approve or decline the claim. And again, that's not saying yes you're getting paid that €100 or you're not getting paid the €100. It's just saying yes, I've checked that and everything looks okay, and you can even do a bit of a signature and sign that expense. Lovely. Again, you see the bubble drop down. So moving on to the next one now, the tap in, tap out. And we're going to briefly touch on this because there will be another webinar in the near future which covers all the time features. But just simply, if it is available and you can turn this off and on, you can essentially just ask employees to tap in and tap out throughout their day and throughout their working week to record their timesheets. I'll come back up there and tap out shortly once I've gone through a couple more minutes, just so you can show you that picture. And that does feed directly over to the planner. So as soon as I complete that, or as soon as I add any tap in, tap outs, timesheets are added to my planner almost instantly. So looking at the expense overview now, this will be my own expense claims. So you can actually slide through and sort of check each one as you go and click into the relevant ones. And then you can go see all the different stuff that went with your expense claim. And you can click into view all. You can see all the claims in one screen. And you can see all your approved and declines, all your claims together. As a manager, you will see your team's upcoming holidays in this widget. So I haven't got anybody in my team who has an upcoming holiday, unfortunately, but it does give you a quick overview. Without having to go jumping into the actual planner itself and doing any deep diving, you can get a quick view of any upcoming holidays. The next widget down is specifically looking at our Documents tab. So you can jump straight to your own Documents tab here and look at any pending signatures. So I have a few pending signatures. You can check the document. These will just be screenshots again, random letters. And you can click into them. And at the bottom, you have the option to sign. So just typing in my name, or capital letters, just keep it tidy. And then submitting. And again, that is an e-signature, so it will provide all the details of an e-signature for us. And then we can go back and sign any others as need be. But again, you can see how many outstanding documents you have with the little red bubble there. Now you can see here we've got a couple of quick actions. The add expense and request holiday actions, they are quick actions. So we can do this elsewhere, but what this is going to do is going to jump us straight through to actually making those expense or holiday requests. So you can see here my first option to do with the expense claim is to go and take a picture or upload my receipt. So if you can upload it without receipt, but depending on company standards, hopefully we would be looking for a receipt each time, so there's some proof to the purchase. And whether it's an online receipt, you might have a screenshot on your phone of just the online email. You can quickly grab that from your photos. The holidays quick widget here, simply just going to give us an overview of our personal details. So for the year, I've had 29 total days. I've got 9 taken, 20 days remaining. So you can see easily what's going on in terms of your holiday balances. And again, in terms of absences, we're just having a look to see if anybody's away today, and everyone's or holiday or sickness, but no one's away in my team again today, which is nice and clean. We then have the tasks tab, and you can see here I've got a few overdue ones, but quite simply, these are really interactive, even more interactive than the desktop, I might say. Don't quote me on that, but you can quickly and easily mark off your tasks as you go. You can check this each and every day, so you can make the tasks really, really, really good for yourself, and keep everybody and encourage people to use those tasks and keep, because essentially it's a checklist for you or your users, and obviously you can produce tasks to go to anybody at the same time as well. So getting those out and getting people to use the app will strongly encourage people to check their tasks and complete them daily. So going on to the next one now. You'll see our pulse survey, the one I launched. I did launch it to the whole company, so I have the ability to do it myself as well. And I know I am going to the barbecue this Sunday, so nice and easy, I can submit that. Very nice, and now as an admin, I can still see the overview of my pulse stats, because obviously I've set it up. We know when it ends too. And the last option on the home screen, and you can, this might be the first thing you do, but when you do open your mobile app, scroll right to the bottom of your home screen, and you actually have the ability to edit and move all your widgets around. So, for example, I might want my quick actions somewhere nearer to the top, because I know I'm going to be requesting holidays and expenses quite often. So I want that available to do straight away. With the ripple one, I'm going to leave it towards the top, because if I do get any interactive ripples, I want to be doing those quick steps and those actions as soon as possible. As a manager, probably going to leave authorizations near the top. If we were doing tap in, tap out every day, then we're probably likely to leave this near the top. Again, what are we going to be most often using? What do we not want to scroll down to find? And again, as a manager, you might find that the away today, teams upcoming holidays, these might be more important to you because you want to keep on top of everything. So again, you can move things around. As I do go back up to the top now, you can see I've completed my pulse survey now, and that's just reacted. And as you can see there, I've got my quick actions back at the top again now, so I can go in and quickly jump in, book holidays, add expenses if need be, but you can customize your own home screen view. And then the last thing on the screen right now is the bottom little calendar, as it is at the very bottom middle. Click into there, you can see what's going on for your current day. So I have a timesheet entered for today due to my tap in. I'm just going to go tap out to complete that. And if I go back to my planner for the day now, you should see my tap in, tap out. So it does automatically feed over instantly. Any bookings, any requests on the days, you can see them. Expand your calendar to then start looking at everybody else throughout the month, what's going on. So I can go see Bob Test here. He was sick on the 1st of July. As admin, I can go click into each day and look what's going on. If you go to the very top, you'll see the plus icon and then the filters icon. So the plus icon is going to get us going into making any of these bookings and requests, requesting our own holiday, other events, adding sickness to employees, adding assignments, adding lateness to employees, and then adding maternity, paternity as well. So you have all the options there as you do on the desktop. Obviously, from an employee point of view, you'll be limited a little bit in terms of your options. You won't be able to do the lateness or the sickness, or the maternity, paternity likely. So you'll have a little bit of a limited option there. But again, most of the holidays which has a quick action on the desktop, so you don't have to come into the calendar and do the extra couple of clicks. From a manager and admin point of view, these filters come in really handy because then you can take away the company planner and just look at your own planner, or vice versa, purely only look at the company planner, and then you can scan through the months and see what's going on. Public holidays show as well, so you can keep up to date with all of that. But it gives us a really nice view, an overview, without having to go too deep into the desktop or anywhere further. You can again, emphasising the fact you can stay on top of everything, manage everything, and, well, see anything or everything that you wish to see. Other than that, there's not much else other than really just to get it downloaded, get logged in, and have a play. The mobile app is free to all users within PeopleHR. The only thing you need is a PeopleHR account. So by all means, I encourage everybody to get it downloaded. From a user point of view, from an employee point of view, it is the most beneficial thing to have because, especially if you're away on the weekend or you're outside of working hours and you're discussing holidays and going away somewhere, you can easily go and make those requests at 1 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock at night, during dinner, during lunch. You have the fluidity to do what you want outside of working hours, so you don't have to think about your personal life whilst in your work life. But yeah, the benefit of the mobile app is massive, and I encourage everybody and anybody to download it as soon as possible. Thank you very much for your time and have a lovely day.
Thanks for that, Callum. Hopefully you did find that useful. As I touched on earlier, the FAQ guide should be able to answer any questions that you do have. If you were not able to download that, we will be including a link to this guide in the follow-up email. If you do have any questions which are not covered within the guide, please check out the Help Centre or raise a case using your usual support channel, and support will be able to assist you further. For our next webinar, we're still confirming the final details, but once we have a fixed date, you will see this via the banner on top of the PeopleHR system where you will be able to register. Finally, you will receive a survey following this email. You will be asked for your likeliness to recommend the webinar and your likeliness to recommend access overall. This is from 0 to 10. 0 to 6 being you would be unlikely to recommend, 7 to 8 is neither likely or unlikely to recommend, and 9 to 10 is likely to recommend. We're also keen to hear any ideas for future webinars and also any feedback in general, as we want to understand how we can improve this experience for yourselves going forward. That's a wrap from us. We hope you enjoyed this webinar and hopefully we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for attending, everyone. Bye-bye.